put coronavirus to one side, please, for a second. I want to talk about American politics. I want to start with you, John. Bloomberg bows out. It shows that you need more than money to be popular, to have policy, to get to show charisma, to have authenticity. Right, we've proved that. But secondly, Joe Biden, often racing and probably is way ahead of Bernie Sanders now and won't come back.
OK, so look, firstly on Bloomberg, we saw a prelude of the Bloomberg campaign in Australia. It was called Clive Palmer. It was exactly the same thing, got exactly the same result.
Yep.
There were two Bloomberg campaigns. There was, you know that the average presidential campaign staff, like Buttigieg and Klobuchar, they have about 25 to 30 full-time paid-up staff. Bloomberg had 4,000. Bloomberg had,
Wow.
Bloomberg had the most fabulous ads, the most fabulous social media profile. He had, he got into Twitter sparring with Trump, and he would win those against Trump. So there was this perfect candidate with all this money, right? But then there was the real Joe Biden who walks out on the debate stage, and I looked at him after about 5 minutes. I thought, you can be worth $72 billion, but you can't buy a personality.
It's very true.
It all fell apart. But look, just what's going to happen now? Every 4 years we have a primary. And before Super Tuesday, all the pundits around the world say there's going to be a brokered convention. There's going to be a brokered convention, which means it's going to drag out to July and it's going to be a big, fight. But then Super Tuesday comes along and it's always resolved. And that's why it's called Super Tuesday. It sorts it out. And now it drags on a little bit. There's usually someone way in front and one last challenger, which is exactly what's happening now. Biden's way in front. Bernie's he'll still be there for about another 6 weeks, and then he's going to suspend his campaign. OK, but Trump should have nothing to worry about, Liz Storer, should he?
Oh, my goodness, no. I'm sure he's relishing absolutely every moment of this. I don't think it matters in the least which one gets the gong. They're going to be absolutely creamed. He's sitting on the sidelines while it's on for old and old for the Dems.
And Bernie Sanders, he's got into so much trouble all along the way to the forum here, and he's shown his colours. He didn't even try and hide the fact that he was socialist come communist. It was all out there for him to be exposed for. And I thought he would try and hide it.
Well, look, he does deserve some credit for being so
honest.
Like Joe Biden, he goes all over the place depending on what the mood is in that era of American politics. But Bernie, what the beginning of his fall was? He was on American 60 Minutes 2 Sundays ago, and he was asked about Fidel Castro, and he couldn't help himself. He could have lied, like every other politician does. He couldn't resist himself to say nice things about Fidel Castro, and even the left, and even to the credit of some of these left-wing commentators and senior Democrats, they said, hey, Bernie, that's too much, and you're not going to be our president, buddy.
You've read it right. John Ruddick, thank you very much for coming in, mate, as usual. Liz Storer, fantastic to have you. Enjoy the rest of the week in Canberra.
Thanks again.
Good.